The Invisible Power, Episode 47, The Leadership of the Invisible Thread in Action. Welcome, dear listener, to The Invisible Power. I am the Zen Master, and today we move from reflection to practice. In Episode 46, we spoke of the long thread, patience, coherence, and connection across time. Now we explore the invisible thread in action. The rituals, gestures, and designs that make connection real, even when distance and silence surround us. Yoga and the ritual of return. In yoga, the invisible thread is woven through ritual. Every practice begins with the same gestures: standing tall in Tadasana, returning to the breath, bowing inward before moving outward. These rituals are not repetition, they are renewal. They remind us that leadership is not about inventing something new every day, but about returning to what holds us together. The invisible thread is the rhythm that says, "You belong here. You are part of this circle." Qigong and the spiral of connection. In Qigong, invisible threads are felt, not seen. Energy spirals through the body, weaving inside and outside, self and other. Try this practice. Circle of breath. Inhale, imagining a circle of light forming around you. Exhale, extending that circle to include your team, your community, your family. Repeat for 7 breaths. Notice how the invisible thread expands, yet never breaks. This is leadership in action, extending presence beyond the self until connection becomes culture. Leadership across cultures, screens, and silences. In our age, leaders often face 3 challenges: cultures that differ in rhythm and ritual, screens that flatten presence into pixels, silences that grow when distance is not bridged. The invisible thread in action means designing rituals that cross boundaries, a shared pause, a moment of gratitude, a weekly check-in. Using screens not just for tasks but for presence, a smile, a gesture, a silence held together. Honoring silence not as absence, but as space for emergence. Ask yourself, what ritual could I design that reinforces belonging? How can I make screens a place of presence, not just productivity? Where can silence become connection, not disconnection? Laozi and the thread that moves without effort. Laozi teaches, the softest thing in the world overcomes the hardest. The invisible thread is this softness. It does not force. It does not demand. It flows. To lead with it is to trust that small gestures, consistent, gentle, intentional, create the strongest bonds. A practice for the week. Choose one ritual to design for your team or community. A shared breath before meetings. A weekly message of gratitude. A circle of silence at the end of the day. Notice how this ritual becomes a thread. Invisible, yet felt. Simple, yet enduring. Closing reflections plus teaser for Episode 48. The invisible thread in action is not about control. It is about coherence. It is the power of ritual, rhythm, and presence. It is the way leaders turn distance into belonging and urgency into culture. Thank you for joining me in this exploration. If this episode resonated, share it with someone who leads across boundaries, who knows that connection is not seen but felt. And next time, in Episode 48, we will explore the leadership of silence and space. We'll ask, how does silence become a form of leadership? How can space be held, not filled? And how do leaders create cultures where pauses are as powerful as actions? Until then, keep weaving gently, keep leading wisely, and remember, the invisible thread is already in motion. You only need to honor its rhythm. This was The Invisible Power, Episode 47. Be well.